What's going on, YouTube friends and families? YouTubians, wolves, Whovians, countrymen, fellow nationals, born natural, foreign nationals, state citizens, private citizens of their own domains. What's going on, good people? We have hit 50,000 subscribers. That is a huge accomplishment. Thank you ever so much for helping me to get there. Thank you. Thank you. It is crazy. I have never been a famous person. I've always been, I guess, infamous in certain areas and certain things. So one, I am humbled. Thank each and every one of you guys for sharing this information and believing in me and just being awesome people. Now, with that, obviously, I don't think I have to say this, but hit that bell, like, and subscribe. But I do want to talk about a couple of small things before we get started, and I'm going to jump into some of the names. One of the things I want to let people know is that when I made the video, the short about wolf teeth, I wasn't talking about people who are pleasant and professional and appreciative when you're emailing me. You have to understand that, like, it takes 2 hours, 3 hours to go through the emails and try to get to as many as I can. So when people are rude or disrespectful because I don't answer fast enough for free, or when they try to order me around and try to get information out of me every single day, that's not cool. That's just not cool. All right. You guys don't work for free. I give a lot of stuff away for free, and I don't appreciate being disrespected. And so I will just ignore those emails or have my people ignore them. So I don't want to do that. But what I will say is that I understand why people like U.S.C become grumpy, because you're taking your time out to find this stuff and to use it every day to make sure that it works for not only oneself, but other people. And then yet people are giving you a hard time. But unfortunately, let's keep it real. Anytime you step out of the darkness, which is the private, and into the light, you got to have a little bit of a thicker skin when dealing with this. So that's where it is. But don't worry, everything is still going to continue to keep moving forward. All right. So like I said, the next thing is I had a couple of clients actually message me and thank you, Wolf, which is great. The information works, you know, and they're like, P.S. I got pulled over for speeding. And I'm like, now it will happen because, you know, some of them are going to overstep and try to pull you over. And that's when a lawsuit comes and gets them right in the keister. All right. You know, so file your lawsuits. Now, don't file them frivolously, but if you have been, you know, denied your constitutional rights and you have everything done correct, then yeah, go make the lawsuit. That's the only way they're going to learn, is by hitting those pockets. And believe you me, they are starting to learn out there. But yeah, I don't want to hear about you guys. Like, this guy was like, yeah, I was speeding and, you know, I just wanted to see if it really worked. Now, I'm not mad at you, but you don't, it's like, you get insurance. Okay. This is like insurance. If you're doing everything right, you're good, but don't like have the mentality that like, I got insurance and I wanted to crash my car to see if they'll really pay the claim. Understand that this stuff works if you do everything right, but don't give them reasons to pull you over and to be all anxiety about what's going on. Why are you speeding and this and that? Because if you're speeding, you are still yet endangering public safety and you are not above the law. Okay. We've never said that here, and I never will. So anything that endangers public safety, whether it's us as state citizens doing a citizen's arrest, or a police officer, or anybody can stop anybody out there doing something dangerous in the regard of protection of public safety. So the next thing I want to get to, and then we're gonna get to some names and see some faces here jumping out, is that I now have 5 other new channels on YouTube. Yes, 5 other ones. The information should be down below. If not, it's going to be on blacksite32.com. And there is a new social media page where all my social media is out there. If you're ever not sure if it's really me in one of these groups or sites or whatever else is social medias. You can find the links on those particular pages. And the 5 groups are going to basically, one is about ancient aliens, because I love that. I'll read books on that stuff and technology. Another one's going to be relationships and life coach and spirituality. So if you guys want to see me on my other channels, which I will be putting videos on there and on this one, so I'm going to be even more busy, check out blackside32.com. Go to the social media page, and you will find all of my new YouTube channels and other platforms I'm on out there. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, there's also a new donation page on Blacksite, because everybody was like, well, I want to send a donation, but I don't like YouTube, whatever. You don't get as much money, which is true. You can now set up a one-time payment or a monthly right through that link, which is through PayPal, I believe. So appreciate that. Also, the new official trust group is going to be the fearlessfloydshow.com. So if you go to thefearlessfloydshow.com and you go to classroom, you will see everything that is going to be through them doing the trust classes. They are officially recognized as being the Badwolf's peoples. So we are working together, and they will do all of the trust classes for me, because I don't have enough time, nor all of the resources. So if you want a trust class or proper instruction or multiple classes, go to thefearlessfloydshow.com and click on classrooms and tell them the Bad Wolf sent you, and they will take good care of you guys over there. All right. Now, once again, 50,000 subscribers. I cannot believe that we are here. One of the viewers created this hat for me. So, all right. I really appreciate that. And of course, they're repping with Blacksite32. They got it all spelled right. So thank you for that. Now let's see who we've got in the chat boxes here. So we got GF Edwards is a new member. Vintage Vibes Music Group. Yep, we've done some talking. We've had tons and tons of successes, guys, across the board. Like I said, I do not post all of them on there. I don't think we need to brag or gloat about that. It's just good business. We're learning how to do commerce properly. So congrats to all the people who've received victories in courts and on the streets and wherever else. Remember to always operate in good character as a non-belligerent, non-combatant, and hold yourselves in proper form. All right. So what else we got here? The Truth is here. What's going on, Truth? Vintage. I know the Jump Out girls are watching as always. So what's going on? I also want to give a shout out to Brandon One Stupid F on Facebook. He's holding down. Thank you for all the people that you've sent my way. I've sent people your way. I will definitely say, because you guys know I keep it honest, it's funny. I'm in a lot of different groups out there, and I have a different name or whatever else. It's kind of be low key. So it's always funny when people are out there talking a little jazzy about stuff that they don't fully understand. But it's all good. It is what it is. It's I have to laugh. I never interject because everybody's entitled to their opinion on things, especially if they don't know what they're talking about. It just is what it is. But if people want to learn the truth, ask instead of just feeling some type of way. But Brandon is awesome. So that man throws down good information. And so support him as well. All right. We got what's going on, James? Yes. All right. We got Deborah, Serrano. What's going on? Maria. Okay. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. And the man, the myth, the legend, the only other man who wears shirts just about as sexy as me, sometimes a little sexier, but I'm holding the platform down with the traditional daishiki. It's time to get freaky. What's going on, Floyd? All right, what's going on, Small? Phyllis Floyd. Thank you for the support, Floyd. What's up, Johnny D? Ronald, William S. Ronald says, what's up to Floyd? Like I said, if you guys want to hook up in the chat and say, hey, whatever your group name is in your area. If you want to help find people to find you, or you want to find people, just say, hey, I'm in Texas. Is anybody in Texas? I'm in Florida, Republic of Florida. Is there any groups around here? Johnny D, this stuff is true. Thanks for the info and the hard work. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this has been my life's work, guys. This was, I'll be honest, I never set out to be on the public side. I just kind of set out to learn this stuff myself. I actually set out when I first started doing this. People laugh at me and they find it hard to believe, but I really did set out to disprove people like me. I was like, there's no way this stuff is going on. You're wrong. You're wrong. Screw you. F you. And you're cool. I did not set out to do this. And then one day I woke up and I learned and knew more than the people who had scammed me, ripped me off. So that's why when people are like, oh, you know, this and that. And, you know, if you want the information, look for it. No one says you have to go through my platform or anybody else's platform. Look it up for yourself. I just don't understand why people want to, I guess, I don't even know how to say this properly, but, you know, people go, they want to throw rocks at you, you know, and it's cool. I get it. I mean, this is nothing new since day one. You know what I mean? But the whole thing is that, like, do your own platform, get your own information, do your own interpretation. But you're going to find that even if you disagree with people like me or Floyd or U.S.C or the Lighthouse, UR1, Toby, Midwest, any of those people, even if you disagree with how we are interpretation, you're going to find that some of it you're going to have to agree with. And so we're never going to all agree on the same interpretation of the information. We can't even agree on the Bible, which, if you didn't know, the Bible, Bible, stands for basic information before leaving Earth. One of the old school ones taught me that one. So thought that was kind of cool. All right, let's see. We got, hey, I'm in Tennessee. Need to study more blacks and consumer law. All right, so yeah, Bargain is in Tennessee. So feel free to throw down your groups, you know, wherever you're at. An international, that can be done, Drum Life, but I have not personally done it, so I cannot step you through. You could try hitting up Fearless Floyd. He might have some information on that. I do not. If I knew how to fund my own account with an IBOE, I would be having a tropical background right now, because I'm back to being single, ready to mingle. And I would be out there jiving. So yeah, I don't know that one, but I know it has been done. But be careful with that. Okay, vet the information. Everybody's work, whether it's mine or anybody else, do for yourself. Read it for yourself, because a lot of these people are so-called gurus out here. They ain't done some of the stuff they're preaching. Me, I've done it. Everything I show you guys, I've done. I can give you the full ins and outs. That's why people would take my information and then just go, hey, let's do this. Here's how you do it. And then they charge you for it or whatever else. And they can't answer your questions. It's because they haven't lived this life. They're not really doing some of these things. They're just regurgitating information. So be careful with other people's stuff. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, hook up, guys. Get your groups on. Tell them what group. If you're in Facebook or Telegram, go ahead. Share the knowledge on the platform here. I do not mind you guys doing that. All right. Because the banker told me on paper bond the money account can be deposited. Yeah, you have to talk. The only things I know about that is you have to find what do you call it? A broker. Find a broker and ask them questions. Now, some of them might be kind of quiet on it, so make sure that you talk to them in the private. Maybe even get to know them a little bit and ask them about that. You guys have to understand that a lot of this information is considered private. And what we're doing right now is considered public, which is why some things we can share and some things we should not share, is because those are private things. But everybody wants to blow everything up and put it all in the public. And then you've got problems later on, and that's because, just like you guys don't tell all of your secrets, the commerce corporation doesn't want all their secrets out there either. So that's why everything we talk about here is none of it's top secret. Everything can be found on the internet. It's easy peasy. It's just, well, for us who know how to search and who do search, we know where to look for things and how to go down the rabbit hole. But a lot of their key stuff, guys, they will never allow you to just have on a platform. They will take it down, which, that being said, everything here, as all my videos and files and informational pieces and consultations, are all considered education and informational purposes only. These are just my truths from my experiences. Yours may vary. And from your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant treaty with the United States, from the lovely, loyal, and long-lasting Lovett Nation, the Badwolf. All right, so correct, loyalty. Yep. The gurus might change, but the principles don't. I'm seeing a lot of new gurus coming up. I've seen a lot of people who are putting up some rather nice numbers, and they're all former clients of mine, former, consultations, former people going back and forth. I've got some people out there who learn my information so well, they're actually teaching me some new stuff in the private. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, la-ti-da. So I do appreciate that. And it means a lot that a student can become a master and a colleague. That is your greatest sign of success, is if you can teach people so good that they can now run with you. Because that's what we do in the wolf pack. We run together, one speed. Yeah. I've seen some of his work. And I think I follow his channel as well. So yeah, there's lots of people with good information. You just always want to make sure, and even with mine, you check. There they are. Jump out, girls. I knew y'all was in the house. Y'all wild. The UCC, yeah, that's done by David E. Robinson, and yeah, you can get those for like $5 on Amazon. There you go. What's going on, Zena? Yep. Howdy from Houston. All right, Maria. Yeah, that's Floyd's neck of the woods. All right, yep. Keep it going. Keep moving. Keep it doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting. Maria, you didn't miss anything. I'm just still saying some salutations and some what's ups. Yep, Floyd says, hit me up, Maria. You can get a hold of Floyd, basically any platform out there, or email. If you type in the Fearless Floyd Show, you're gonna get him. Yahoo, Gmail, that man's on everything. I need to have him in charge of my marketing and advertisements. Everything but the shirts. I still got to pick up my own shirts. I got a feeling he would dress me inappropriately. Nice beard, by the way, Floyd. I was like, look at this man, got the beard, looking all rugged and studly. All right, so what do I have in the box here? Let me see. Got some emails. People subscribe to me on YouTube. Thank you, guys. All right. So, one of the things I wanted to get to, okay, I covered those. All right, so one of the things I came across is this, and let me share my screen. All right, present, share screen. I kind of did a video on this a little while ago, or not a little while ago, really just this week. All right, so you guys should be able to see this. So it's called the Certificate of Identity. All right, so as we read here, the Certificate of Identity is a travel document. It's a Certificate of Identity, travel document issued document issued by a country to non-citizens, so this would be nationals, residing within their borders who are stateless persons or otherwise unable to probably get a passport. Now, what I found interesting is that essentially, let's see here, I can't find the exact form. Everything alludes to it, but nothing exact. So look, the travel department, I would assume you have to send a document to them, but it says get copies of your passport records. Okay, we know that one. But here it says use a DS 4240 Department of Certification of Identity form. So this proves your identity. And then down here, certification of identity with the FOIA from the State Department. Okay, so let's just click on this one. So once again, this is the 4240. So you can fill this out proving your identity. Okay, but it doesn't say anything about using this to get a identification piece. Okay, so just do a generic search again. I think the numbers was 50.11, if I remember, something like that. Okay, so in the ECFR 50.11, a person applying abroad for a certificate of identity under Section 360B of Immigrations and Nationality Act. So it would seem that you have to go to the Department of Immigration and underneath this act, complete the application described by that department to support your claim of being a U.S. national. So should we be getting these instead of the passport? Let's take a look. Okay. Let's check out the next screen. Don't forget to hit that smash, like, and subscribe button, good people. All right, so we go to ECFR. Okay, so once again, following rabbit holes, this is as far as I really got. Like I said, I did make a video on the visa, which I believe is the same thing, but it only lasts 2 years or 4 years? Something like that, 2 years. So if anybody has additional information, let me know on the certificate of identity for travel to the United States. I believe this is just a visa, but I can't really find a whole lot of information, you know, on or deeper information on that particular item. So that might be the way to go. So Fearless Floyd says 21 of y'all need to hit that smash that like button. Yep, Fearless Floyd. Floyd's got seminars. He's got all kind of goodies. Oh, talking about me and A6 and a few others coming down there, doing a show, a shebang bang. That might be the way to go. Where we're talking about it. Timothy L. Peace of the Gods. Republic of North Carolina reporting in. So unfortunately, I had 2 pretty good people of mine pass away this last week. So this video is dedicated to Timothy Iverson, who passed away, unfortunately, a week after his or 2 weeks after his father passed away. So that kind of, you know, it sucks. And to Lance, aka Paul Cartier, rest in peace, brothers. And hold the fort down. And thank you for the memories, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because you guys were both wild. So hold it down up there, guys. Don't mess up heaven before we get there, or hell, or both. I don't know how that works, but you know, might have a passport for going between both, knowing those guys. They're wild. So thank you guys. Appreciate that. Floyd says, does anybody know a CPA that knows private and public sides of accounting? That is a very fire thing to know. So if you guys do have that, email Floyd or me. I can put you in contact with him, either or. Okay, what else we got here? The international driver's permit is a valid document. They do accept those. The police do recognize those. The AAA, I believe, is a gateway to getting those. Now, there's an international driver's permit, and then there's an international driver's license. They do not like the license. They do not recognize that, but they do recognize, though they don't care for it, the international driver's permit. Usually that is obtained by whatever home country you're in. You then apply for that first. If you try to apply for it and you don't have a license, I believe that they will not give it to you. So you have to have a license first. And essentially what they're doing is they're copying your license information and then putting it onto the permit. They're just extending it. I know some people have then went on to cancel their license in their local area and then maintain that one. I'm not saying I condone it or the goods or bads of it, but yes, people have done that. All right. So now one of the other things I will show that I did find in relation to the certificate of travel document is the DS-160, and I'll show you that. So the closest thing I could find, at least that they were open about, was the DS-160. And what this is it's an online non-immigrant visa. So if you're not coming here to stay, you're a non-immigrant. All right. And so the DS-160 might be something for you, depending on your scenario. You can read through it. You can fill it out and try it and see what they say. Let's see here. We'll go to all right, so we're gonna switch. All right, so now we're looking at a definition of a non-immigrant, a person who is not an immigrant. I think we all qualify as that. So by legal standards, we would qualify. But if we look over here, a non-immigrant is an alien. So we all know that we are considered technically aliens if we're not in their jurisdiction. For a temporary stay, does not intend to stay permanently. Well, I don't want to stay in the U.S., but I want to stay in the U.S. of A. Examples of non-immigrant classes of admission, including foreign government officials. So if you have your foreign government entity, you are a foreign official. If you're a temporary visitor to the United States, if you're here for business, if you're here for pleasure, or you're an alien in transit, treaty, traders, investors, students, international representatives, and temporary workers. Now, I did like one of the other definitions of non-immigrant. I don't know if that was Google. Is that Berkeley? Of course, I can't find it now, but that's fine. But in the one, it said a traveler within the United States. That's all it said. If you're a traveler, well, we know that traveler is a key word for we, the people, private persons, non-public entities. Okay. So another thing I came across was this information here. Present screen. Okay, so on e-forms, if you want to create your affidavit of identity, okay, right here in e-forms. All right, you can make your own. They already have the template and all the goodies ready to go. All right, an affidavit is a written statement voluntarily made by an affiant, which is you, or its opponent, under oath or affirmation, which is administered by such person who is authorized to do so by law. Okay. And let me pull you up to the main tab. I suppose I could have just switched tabs. All right, so here we are on eforms.com, affidavit / identity / pick your state, click create document, and it's going to make you an affidavit of identity. You go get it notarized, put your thumbprint on there. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And you are good to go. You're good to jam. All right. And let's see what else we got here. All right, let me see what we got going on in the comments section. Yeah, hip hop. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's pointless technically. You know, if you close your account, your drivers, then that number references really, I would say, nothing. But would they still try to use it and say that you're operating with a closed or suspended driver's license? Yeah, they're going to try some kind of crap like that. So, if possible, I would just get a driver's license from another country, or right to travel, or a DOT number, something of that nature. And don't forget, if you're going to do these things, if you have a vehicle, put it in a private trust. Even for some of you gurus out there, brought to you by purified water, made in my refrigerator. With the hydrolyzer, we are adding oxygen, splitting the oxygen and hydrogen in the water slightly to increase health benefits, but talk to your doctor before doing such. So, yeah, even the gurus out there, don't forget to create a trust, a private trust, and put your vehicles in it, and then update the DMV with that trust that the vehicle's been sold to it. Joyce, you are welcome. Sorana, I've never done that, copyrighting the driver's license and number, and that I don't know if you can do that because they issued it, because it's technically theirs. But if you've had success with it, hey, I'm always willing to learn something new. A job. I log in to see where two taxable days. No, tax in the bud. Yeah, like I said, a lot of stuff happens in the background we don't know. I've seen lots of government forms now openly including the national status on there, whereas before it was never there. So we are causing change. Okay, we are causing change, and there's a lot of things that happen in the background that we don't know until it comes to light. But they're on the precipice of change, which sucks for them, and we're on a precipice of a new beginning. So yeah, we're just gonna keep rocking, keep doing what we do. But yeah, I'm going to continue to study on the certificate of identity. See if we can. Oh, here it is. Haha. I've got so many tabs open that I lose stuff. All right, so check this out. Non-immigrant visa definition. A non-immigrant visa is a visa issued to foreign nationals. Well, we know that's us. Or aliens, also can be referred to as us, with permanent residence outside the United States. Well, with your residence without a zip code, is a residence outside of the United States. When you are doing business within the United States, because they're not defining the term United States when used here, so we're going to have to believe that means the commercial side, the corporation, because I don't see the word America or Republic behind it, and it's not underlined or defined. But look at down here. Foreign government officials, visitors for business and pleasure. This is what I was looking for. Foreign nationals in transit through the United States. Treaty, traders, investors, students, international representatives, representatives of foreign information media, religious workers. Do you have a faith-based organization? Are you religious? If you're a religious worker, you are considered a non-immigrant, because all these things mean here is private and foreign, which means not in their jurisdiction. So they are saying that a non-immigrant visa is connected to the certificate of travel ID, but I really want to see the connection. You know, they're talking about the same things, but I really want to see if they issue just a straight up certificate of certificate of travel identification. This right here. So might have to even call or contact them to ask them directly, you know, what is a certificate of identity for travel? Because we know if we click here, let's check it out. All right, so a certificate of ID, sometimes called an alien's passport, is a travel document issued by a country to non-citizens, also called aliens, residing within their borders, who are stateless persons or otherwise unable to obtain a passport from their state of nationality. Some states also issue certificates of identity to their own citizens as a form of emergency passport or otherwise in lieu of the passport. Okay, now this might be the clincher right here. The visa requirements of certificates of identity may be different than those of regular passports. So essentially, what I was alluding to is that certificate of identity is in fact the visa. There you have it. So if you guys can find out more information, cool. Otherwise, yeah. So it just says, I feel safer with the passport. Probably. But when we're hunting treasure, we don't throw away the rubies, okay? You gotta look at all of it just to see. Diplomatic tags. Well, I'm going to be working on that, but to get to that point, you would need to create your own nation, record your nation with the Department of State, and then you can get diplomatic tags from them. Now you're legit as legit. What is the safest way to meet others who have recently awakened? I've tried repeatedly through Telegram and no results. Well, okay, so if you're talking about meeting in person, always, male or female, I suggest a public place, and always safeguard yourself. But if you're talking about in general, well, if you go on, it depends. I mean, if you're in even my group, you should be meeting hundreds, if not thousands, of people on Telegram. Which all the information for my Telegram groups, websites, all that's going to be down below in the banner. If you're talking about people in your local area, well, one, post on here that, you know, what state you're in and you're interested in finding other groups. Go on the Facebook and type in your state and then state nationals, state citizens in whatever state you're in. Do the same type of searches on Telegram. And if you can't find anything, then be the change. Then create the group and wait and let people find you. Also, yes, as a public announcement, the county of Califia has plates. All right. National and diplomat coming very soon. And for those people who don't know, me and Floyd and some other people are in the process of taking positions and setting up and continuing to further Califia County, which is in California, and it is a de jure. Yes, you heard me right. De jure, not de facto, not corporate foreign owned corporations masquerading as one of us, but de jure American county. So check out Floyd's information website. I will have some soon on my Black Site 32. And when the time comes, we will be able to open up the gates for those of you guys who want to become members of the county. All right. So that is coming soon. Small steps for creating your own nation. The short version is you sit down and create your own document, your own declaration, and then you find somebody to recognize you, you recognize them, and get it signed off on. For those people who do not have anybody or want to use my sample information, you can get the files from Black Site 32. I think it's like $40 or something like that. And it has all the information in there. And well, Supplanter, they got that because unfortunately George Washington allowed them to create Washington, D.C. And there's Washington and then there's D.C. So there's Washington and then there's the District of Columbia. Okay. And so not all of that is American. And so they're operating out of there doing business. And because the Constitution is a trust, we gave them permission to be here to do business because we're open to the public. Okay. We're not a private nation or a private trust. I don't know how to really say that the proper way, but we're open to do business with public entities from around the world. And so we put them in charge of taking care of the public. So they are like a large McDonald's who serves us crap food, crap supervision, crap education, crap everything. And they're getting paid out of our trust, which is America's money, which is what we charge foreign people for doing business. So they're here and they're supposed to be paying taxes, and yet they turn us into one of them. So we pay them. And then, yeah, you get it. All right. So what else we got going on here? All right. So there's some more information from Floyd about Califia County. I see somebody said, why y'all choose California? Well, we didn't exactly choose California. Our benefactor, if you will, owns 48,000 some odd acres already out there. And she invited us to help her turn it into a de jure county, an American county. She took it over. It's hers. And she came across us through a mutual friend. Her and Floyd have known each other for years, and they kind of just happened to lose contact. You know how things go just in general. And so she reached out to us and said, you guys have what it takes to help me do this. I need help, and we said, yeah, no problem. But the whole idea is that now that we are a good percentage of the way through it and we've got the formula, we can then use that formula for those other places out there that want to turn their county or their farmland into a county and do these things and turn them into de jure entities. And so, this is just one stepping stone. Floyd says, look up Lake Matthews and California water. All right. And Sorana says Judge Lovett will be canon. Well, that is something that is underway for those who don't know, yes, we are in the positions of being installed as judges. So me and Floyd and some other people, once everything is finalized, we have everything in hand. It will be we'll be de jure judges, and it will be so. So we are almost there. We are in, we can, because she went public with everything, we can talk about all the general stuff, some of the in-house stuff. We have to just wait until we get to that point. But let's believe we will have more information coming. So Floyd, James did an onslaught of I be trying to drop stuff, man. Like I even this stuff right here, I'm still researching, but I just want to show you guys how like my mind stays active with the stuff. Like, okay, let's go. Let's do that. So yeah, thank you for that, Bronze. I appreciate you. Floyd says in the 48,000 acres. So yeah, so there should be water, if I understand him right. There's a lot of water on that parcel of land, which has lots of benefits. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got in the pipeline here. So we covered that. All right. I also do have a couple of new files on blacksite32.com. So you guys can get that. Okay. All right, that's nothing major. Once again, guys, if you did not get or download the treatise on arrest, get that. That should be on blacksite32 on the free docs page. If not, you can just Google search treatise on arrest. You guys really, you gotta learn what they're able to do and what they're not able to do. As everyone knows, you have to have your own water supply. Yes. Indigo, what's going on? Ain't seen you and your pretty face in a while. How have you been? That's amazing to hear. Yeah. So yeah, we are. And the idea is that we're going to try to bring together de jure counties. And well, if there's any de facto counties that want to change over or work with us, we will have open doors because it's all good business at the end of the day. And we all have to play nice in a sandbox. They've just been in control of the sandbox so long that they're like, we're the big boys. That's fine. You can be bigger. That's fine. That's a thing for now. And but there's more people out here who want to be free and de jure than de facto. Because once people know they have a choice and where they put their loyalty and their money and their commerce, might not be fat for too long. That belt might get a little tight. Toit. The best way to contact me is probably email, blacksite32.com, or my any of the Yahoo or Gmails that are listed on my site. I am in the other platforms and stuff, but I don't have time to be in all of them. I just don't. I need like 5 clones at least. So once you've authenticated the birth certificate, what should I do next? Make a trust or get my passport? Both. You don't have to do one and then the other. Do both. Create that trust. You're gonna everybody. If you don't have at least one trust or 2, you're gonna need it. Okay. Do not put all of your stuff in one trust. There are different types of trust, which is why you guys should go over to the fearlessfloydshow.com, and Ann and them can hook you guys up with how to make a trust for a really good price compared to average industry. But yeah, you're going to need to learn, what is it? If you want to learn more about trust on your own, or at least the basics of how it's put together, you can always download Concise and Weiss Trustee Handbook. That'll give you a good jump on it for the classes. And then once you go to the classes, you'll be able to actually learn how to put it together and make it hot, you can use one for business. You can use one to put your house in, one for your vehicle. So you're going to probably have 2 or 3. And how I do mine is I do not use my legal name for my trust. You want to use a private given name or some kind of name that is not going to be linked to your legal name, because then it's underneath your legal person. You guys can always operate how you see fit. I'm just telling you from experience, that is the best way to go. All right. What territory are you from? Well, I have a couple of different places. I be moving around, but I'm an Arkansasian. I'm a Wisconsinite. I am a Kentuckian. But I also have my own nation. So Levitica. I am also a citizen of Ladonia, and supposed to be getting the position with them as a consular, but I haven't heard anything back from them. I know they're busy, but you know, whenever's clever. No, not in any rush. Where do you figure out the process of creating a trust? Well, yeah, like I just said, I would start by getting the free information, concise, CONSIE, Weiss, WEISS handbook, trustee handbook. And that'll give you the basics of a trust, the shell, the format. And then for the intricacies, you're going to want to go to the fearlessfloydshow.com. They handle everything trust for me. Those are my go-to people. Mention the Badwolf and they will take care of you guys on classes and price and all that stuff. So that is a Badwolf exclusive discount. All right. They will take care of you. The price is already good, which is why I went to them, but they will help you guys out a little bit more if you mention the Badwolf. Should we authenticate and apostille at the same time for the notaries? Well, either your document came authenticated from the county, your birth record, and then so that you really don't need any. Well, I guess it depends on what you want to use it for, but your birth record, your live birth record, your certificate of live birth already comes authenticated. So, but can you apostille it? Yes, but that's letting them know that you're using it and you're making it usable in their jurisdiction, which for me, I wouldn't want to do that with my birth record, but my birth certificate issued from the state, I have heard of people getting it authenticated and apostilled so that way you can use it in both. And though I have not done this, I will say that some people have told me that they have been able to use that for travel documents. Just saying. All right, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, okay. Fire. Okay, drum life. All right, yep. Yeah, I mean, a faith-based organization, which means religious, but you don't have to do religious things. It's a private entity, you know, 508c1a. Yep. What's going on, Jetpack? Torts, yep. Going after them with tort claims, yep. Jared. Yeah, hit up Fearless Floyd, hit his website. We got to help my man get his numbers up too. All right. He puts out a lot of good information. He stays in the trenches. Very few people do you hear me actually say that is a good person, good man, solid, straightforward, and honest, dedicated, methodical, snappy dresser. And so go over there and support his YouTube channel and his website, especially for trusts. He's got other goodies on there as well. Wait, let's say I'm still kind of blocked from electronic documenting. Well, you can hit up my cousin whose name is Latia. She is a mobile notary who can file things electronically for you. Okay, so she is a notary who has access to that. If you want to find her, go to nolimitnotary.com. All right, she can do your documents and all kind of other things related to that across the United States from her state. And when you go to her website, nolimitnotary.com, mention the Badwolf and she will take care of you guys as well, because she is one of us. So just let her know that you've seen her advertisement through my channel. No, you don't have to be recognized by another nation to file. It's just it's better, but even you filing with the Department of State, you're asking them to recognize you. So that's another way to do it as well. You know, getting it notarized helps. All the eyes you can get on there and nobody rebutting your claim, which nearly nobody, if ever, is going to do that, helps you to further your claim that you are in fact a nation. It's kind of like what they're doing over what they did over there in like Israel, where they were like, well, we want you guys to recognize us. Somebody big recognize us, because then they say, well, they recognize us and they're big. So you're basically doing the same thing, because in essence, your last name is your nation. It's already been existing for hundreds, thousands of years or whatever. So you already have a nation. But if you're going to create one that's not your last name, then yeah, you want to get some eyes on it to be able to say, hey, recognize us. So between you and your girls, your crew, you guys can recognize each other. You create your nation, they create their nation. You guys then create a document that you both get, sign it, and then give each other the same exact copy. It's saying, I recognize you. You recognize, these people. You guys recognize your whole crew. Make it hot. Think outside the box and make it hot. Any seminars coming up in Houston? I think Floyd was talking about that. That might be a Floyd question. Yeah, authentication is for out of the country, but so you have to understand that when the way they're looking at it is that the United States is a corporation and they're operating everything that they're doing like a country. So when you get it authenticated, even right now, the United States of America is actually Hague. Our America is actually Hague, which means federal level jurisdiction. So we get it authenticated because we want it in the world of the free and outside of their federal Hague jurisdiction. So we use a country like Egypt because Egypt is free. They're like, yeah, our paperwork is free. We do our own thing. We'll recognize yours as free. So we get them to authenticate it to be in the free world versus their jurisdiction. So then they can't say that we are their property. But yes, it is for out of the country. Yep. Know thyself. Stand in your own authority. Have I followed some more? No. I studied a lot of the more stuff and Anna von Reitz and all these other people for years before I did my own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to know their ins and outs. And if that is what you want to do, make it happen, Captain. Yes. Yep. There is full faith and credit. And the name change is key. The name change is what I've been pushing for you guys, because that is where either you use a private trust or you do a name change or both, because anything you can change that they don't have in their system as their property, like the straw man name, your legal name, which is a juridical person, their property in their PMA, they own you. They get to tell you what to do. So doing the name change and all of that is definitely one of the ways. Well, yeah, Jetpack, you can do it that way. But remember, if you didn't watch all the videos, if you have a passport, you can do the DS60 on it. And you just have some people vouch that you've been using your name for more than 5 years. You get that done in front of a notary. You send that in with your passport and they'll change your name on the passport. and then you're also on the do not detain list, and you are your own thing, or create your own nation that's submitted to the Department of State. What if you're number one, highest liability, Social Security, and own the most money of anyone on the earth, and you're pushed to have no registration and no means to survive? Yeah, that's kind of a lot there. But you're going to find that most things are in trusts. You're going to find that the best way to survive really is to be outside of their jurisdiction, but maintaining the straw man and using it as it's meant to be fit. Get away from using the social, get away from using the straw man legal name, go back to your given name or create a private name. Get your bank accounts set up so that they are non-interest bearing and private accounts or private trust bank accounts, no interest bearing. Because if you accept the interest, that's the benefit, and that's how they lure you in. You are taking the benefit, which means you're on our side. Okay, whatever it is. I don't do the 1099-Cs. If you want 1099-C process, you can probably hit Floyd up. He might know more than me on those. If not, you're definitely going to want to contact the IRS. Everybody's afraid to contact them. I'm not at all. Not at all. Call them. Hey, I want to discharge debt with a 1099-C. How do I fill it out properly? They have a 1-800 number, right? Just for that kind of stuff. Call them up. Put them to work. That's why they are public trustees, public officers. Should I retest, register my birth certificate to send? They already have it registered. And so if anything, you want to do the Minnesota Rule 220, where you're declaring yourself the age of the majority and then send it back into the vital statistics. I made a video on that one, YC. You can check that on my thing. Now, for those people who want to search within my videos, go to my YouTube channel. Scroll down to where it says playlist, live, and whatever else. And you keep going to the right, and you're going to see like a little arrow button. Click that arrow button, and then you're going to see a magnifying glass. That magnifying glass will allow you to search just within my videos. All right. So you can go there and type in age of majority or Minnesota Rule or 1099-C or whatever else it is, and you'll get any videos I've done or talked about or discussed in that lower magnifying section. Also, do we have to register non-citizen nationals on E-Verify to do it? No. See, my E-Verify is, I mean, you can, but you don't have to. You remember, everything I'm showing you guys here are things I've done because I just personally want to try to remove everything. But removing everything, removing a lot of things, you become free when you know what's going on, and you become free when you start creating your private side name. All I'm showing you is you can take their stuff and, for the most part, change how they have you recorded / registered in their system. Anna Vaughn writes, well, I definitely think that Floyd would agree on that one. I've heard a lot of things, but nobody out there is going to have a perfect rap sheet when it comes to this stuff. Even for me, people, oh, well, he thinks he knows something. He's a narcissist. He's a know-it-all. He's a perfectionist. Like one guy just the other week was all mad at me. He was like, well, I don't know what kind of shop you're running here because you took my money and you didn't give me a consultation. Now, one, logically, if you don't hear back from me, I'm not like these other gurus. All right. I've got like a 99.99% success rate with everything we do and have done here. And I will do my best to maintain that. What happened was I sent him a consultation link, which says Badwolf consultation, my picture on there. It's a Google link because that's how I do all my consultations now. You click the link, and he didn't either see it or didn't click it or whatever, but he never did it. I don't have time to babysit people on simple instructions. So then he asked for a refund. So I just went ahead and clicked refund. But then he, somewhere in there, I think he told me that like he closed his other accounts or something, which all sounded kind of sketchy. And I'm like, and then he was all mad at me. And I'm like, so you can't please everybody. And, I'm not here to be a babysitter, and I'm not here to let people disrespect me or whatever else. I'll just ignore you or delete it or block you or go on. So, but to the 99.99% of people out there who are super awesome and blessings and appreciate me and the information, thank you for what you guys do. But as far as Anna Von Reitz, yeah, I was a part of her thing. I started studying her for about 3 days, and then I was just like, well, this is not really for me, but there is some good information. But as always, vet the information. But yes, I do know a number of people who were very dissatisfied with her. I don't have any personal relationship with her because I didn't let it get that far. So, what type of jobs can you do in the private? Nobody answers this. Well, private jobs are almost always called cash jobs, John. Like that's one of the reasons why they're not able to really get rid of a lot of people who are doing cash jobs, or they call them under the table jobs. If you know a private employer or somebody who's willing to pay you privately or cash, those are private jobs, and they can be anything. You can work anywhere, literally, or create a business that's private. If you want to know, really, McDonald's is actually a private sector corporation. They're not public. They're open to the public, but the company itself is actually private, which I thought was funny when I learned that one out. But yeah, cash jobs, or bartering, trading, exchanges, anything like that where you don't pay the government or you're not doing it with a social, it's private. So creating your own nation vouchers for name change. Yeah, it's a common law name change. See, we in the private have the ability to do whatever we want as long as we're not hurting somebody, depriving somebody of their rights, or anything criminal. And so everything we do in the private is common law. So yeah, common law, create your own nation, common law, name change, common law, all that stuff. Remember, we in the private created the governmental entities and the states. The states didn't create themselves. It's impossible. People did that. And they were private people who then made themselves and or that corporation public. What happens is that so many people since then have never known the beginnings, that they go, oh, well, no, everything is under the state of or the corporation known as the United States. No, it's not how it works at all. Keep the passport name. Cass is given name. So it's up to you. You have to move how you want to move. I personally am getting one of my passport documents done with my given name, and one has my legal name. I could get a state ID with the legal name and do legal things with it. Whatever, however you want to move. Hey, Six, what's going on, boy? My mans was doing some traveling, some straight up traveling. What's going on? Let me know if you and Floyd want to jump on. We can do a little something. I know usually you're busy on Mondays, but appreciate you. Thank you for the congrats on the 50,000 subscribers. Dustin says, okay, I think I comprehend it now. Wow, you're a genius, Tim. Nice. Yes. You do not have to. I did mine because as somebody who travels privately in my vehicle, I wanted something that no officer could argue with, a passport, and then me with my private name. I didn't want them to argue this, that, or the other. So I made sure that my vehicle was in a trust with a private name. The name of the trust is private, but it's recorded. It's recorded that the vehicles are owned in the private trust. And I don't want them using my legal name to try to pull me into the legal system. I don't operate as that. So I got the government in process right now of recognizing my private name. And when that comes back, then we will discuss that. And what process is that? That is the true separation of the straw man, which I have not seen anybody really do. Now, there's ways of sidestepping it with your private trusts and your faith-based organizations. But when you can get the government to issue you a name change, understand this: the states are not notified. That's a different database. That's a different entity. They work together, not the same thing. Federal governs the states. The states have some leeway to do what they want to do, but when they decided to be under the union, they gave up some of their sovereignty to be held by the federal government. So once you change it with the federal government, now the states are like, well, we can only go after you or talk to you or whatever. And I've already experienced this. You're like, Mr. Lovett, you know, you're a private person. We can't deal with you. That's what they said. So, but the courts and whatever, they will still try, but they can only go through the legal person. So that's like going on a date with somebody and some dude or chick or whoever you're dating is like, well, I want you to use the other ID. I want you to use the other credit card, the unlimited one on me. No, I don't have to do that. We're going to use this one right here. Okay. So you can pick and choose which avenue you want. They can't tell you what you have to use, but if you want their services and it's legal stuff, you better use a legal name and legal ID. You can declare the Asian majority rules. Yeah, so it would be good to have a copy of that information because remember, full faith and credit means if it's accepted in one state, it has to be accepted in another state. But if they don't know what you've done, then they're just going to treat you the way they want to treat you. And yes, trademark the name and copyrights work as well. Yep, they don't like that. Right. Yeah, they don't like common law. Yeah, they don't like federal common law because it's the ruling class. The only thing is that the government allows them to do whatever they want to do within their private jurisdiction. And unfortunately, we were made members of their private jurisdiction. Because remember, what did they ask us all years ago? They said, you must prove residency. Prove residency, meaning prove that you reside in our corporation, in our area. Now there goes. Some light bulbs went on out there. So yeah, you can Jetpack. If you want to explain that in the comments, you can. Otherwise, I made a video on it. Sancho, you can search on YouTube for that one. Asian majority or Minnesota Rule 220. James C Lovett. It'll pop up. It's essentially creating an affidavit and putting it on the back of your birth certificate, preferably authenticated. McDonald's is a real estate company that happens to sell burgers for cash flow to buy land. Yeah, you could look at it that way. That's true. They are one of the largest technically land owners. A6. Yeah. He's in the house. He might be working out. He usually works out on Mondays. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Hit the bell, like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys in advance. I know it's Monday and it's Memorial Day, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot of people on here. So this won't be a long live. Just wanted to say thank you. But we're gonna rock it out for a little while yet. So wow. So there's a difference between the public trust and the private trust. Oh yeah. Like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. Yeah, because they own everything in the public. Everything in the public is their domain. They called it. They're like, I call dibs on the public. The private is meaning non-public, which means they don't have jurisdiction. They only have jurisdiction over public things, public entities, public names, public officials. Everything private is just that. So do we get LLC the all cap name? So you want to, you can, if I understand you correctly, do you want to get your name in all caps? It already is a corporation, but it's not a limited liability, but you can turn it into that. You can, or rather, you can open up your all caps name as an LLC. You can move that way too. Dustin, what's going on? Man, I love you, bro. Hey, appreciate you. Much love right back, baby. Much appreciation. Yep. And as Jetpack just said, yeah, there's a difference between statutory and non-statutory. Operating by statutes and non-statute. See, we are de jure and they are de facto, but the problem is that from their perspective, they're claiming to be the real thing. So from their perspective, inside their group, which is the public, everything that they do is statutory. Why? Because Congress said you have to do things by statutes and codes, your rules, your regulations for people who are your members, who elect, who choose to be members. But see, they brought us in with the birth certificate as babies on some type of some kind of sneaky link. All right, they kind of got in there and they're like, hey, why don't you just use this old document here, give that to your baby boy, and everything is cool. Well, that's what brought us into their statutory jurisdiction. Remember, they asked us to do what? Prove residency. And what did our butts do? Yep. Yep. Then just says, got pulled over in Puerto Rico for dead tags. He was going to tow my car. He left and said, that means you don't have insurance. I said, I have private insurance to travel. Took my tickets and traveled on. Yep. Remember, when in another country or whatever, there are different rules that apply. So because they are that's a territory of, so they still have the rights and some freedoms to kind of move how they want to move. But they are supposed to recognize you being private. But remember, that's not the United States, nor is it the United States of America. That is a territory. So yes, they are working, they're with us, they're kind of ours, but they still have the right to their own type of interpretation to their constitution, their rules, their statutes. So, you know, even Mexico, if you go down there with your own vehicle, you know, it's a wild, wild west. You know, they're not held to the constitution like we are here. So you have to kind of be easy on how you move in certain areas. If the passport was issued before the age of majority, can one file an update or lose it and file for a new one? Yes. Yep. Yep. It's all about updating what you got. Whatever you got going on, you can update. That's where a lot of people were having the problems, and I'll be the first one to admit I'm not shy or ashamed or embarrassed. Good luck with that. When I got that ticket like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, it was because I literally 3 days before that had just transferred my vehicle into a private trust. Everything else was done. But I had never updated the DMV that the vehicle has new ownership. So when they pulled me over, they used the legal name to try to give me some tickets. Now, of course, I sent it back, refused, and with my my letter to the courts, and I had to fight a little bit more because they put a different judge on these things, whereas the old judge was like, yep, I get it, no problem. But they decided they gave it. See what they do, believe it. Check this out. So these people are so snaky, okay, that the judges that get used to us go, you know what? Either they retire, they transfer, they move, they leave, whatever, but they give those documents to the new guys who've never seen it and who are basically standing in the line of fire. Okay. So these more experienced judges go, yeah, I'm going to pass on this case to the new guy to let him get his feet wet to get sued or disbarred or whatever else. Oh yeah, they play games like that with each other. There is no love amongst thieves. All right. So the new guy was like, oh, I'm not worried about this Mr. Lovett guy, just whatever. And then I started reporting him, to the Attorney General, Department of Justice, and the FBI. And suddenly, yep, I don't want any more of that. But see, that's how the new guys learn. And that's how the older guys have a little fun with the new ones. They're like, well, welcome to the deep part of the pool. The water's fine. And they're like, the water's not fine over here. I don't like this. Got to get your feet wet. Wolf, is it possible to make and operate a common law court for U.S. nationals? Yes, there are people who operate a common law court. That is actually where it comes in at de jure counties, or your own court, or an equity court, or a chancery court. Yes, there's only like, I think 3, and then I think going to be 4 with what we're doing, because Califia is de jure and common law. So yeah, you can, but it also means that they may or may not recognize it. But heck, we don't have to recognize them either. Yes, the redemption manual. I haven't checked out the latest ones, but yes, those are good. Lots of good information on there. Just make sure all the codes and everything are up to date. But yes, lots of good information. And Jetpack once again for the win. Yes. Brian, you're the man. Oh, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. How do you handle it as a special appearance if your trusts aren't in place? Well, you want to set in a special writ, and you want to let them know that if you're appearing by special appearance, and that your time is either you're charging for your time or you're not charging, and then you want to let them know who you are, and that your name in all uppercase lettering, your name in upper and lowercase lettering is in fact a state-created trust, and that you are the beneficiary. And so if anybody else has a greater claim to that, let them step forward. So you're going to kind of want to start with that. And then either you can get my packet of information or create your own packet of information on how to fight from there on. You just have to sit down and do the work. Jetpack, where would you recommend to start? So Jetpack, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook that you are always posting. Let these people know where to get a hold of you. And I know you've got a Facebook. If you have a group page started or a Telegram, share it. You're always on here, young cuz. This is how you get going. All right. So let the people know how they can find you. They're asking about you. So let's go. James, what will your judge name be when it goes down? Well, as of right now, it will still be recognized under the legal person, which I may or may not change with them in the future. But the full title, well, I think we can be public on that. I'd have to ask the man above me, which is Fearless Floyd, is my boss. I'm the boss of all the bosses except for Floyd. So I might have to ask him. But where they're looking at me being installed as a equity judge, okay, which is in the chancery element, which stands above the debt. So yes. But I may or may not keep the same name for those purposes. As you'll find out, most of the judges have an actor name, which is not their real name, or it's a modification, a slight of their name. So for educational purposes only, that would be like if my real full name is James Cash Money of the Lovett. So James Cash Money Lovett. I just put my name as James Cash Lovett or James C Lovett. They always like to give themselves a little bit of a leeway in case they're ever sued or bothered or whatever. They all have an actor name. So I may or may not use an actor name when I, when I get in there. But we actually have insurance and all that other kind of stuff prepared for us, so I'm not particularly worried about having a true actor name. Plus, I've done my channel with my real name and all other stuff. I don't hide from people and all these other things, so it is what it is. And Jetpack confirms that. Yep, yep, yep. If you ever pull their oath of office, you're going to see scribble marks. You're going to see non-complete names. And remember, to be in public office, they have to have your complete name, not first name, middle initial, last name. Nope. Full first, middle, and last. You have to be squarely identified 100%. All right. So, and thank you guys for the 50,000. Congrats. And for the position. Okay. So Jetpack is reaching out here. He says, on Instagram, you can reach him on General Executor or Executor. All right. And let's see. I thought I seen. Oh, here. And this is his YouTube. Jetpack JO229. There you guys go. And yes, happy Memorial Day to everybody and to all the people who have served and served this country, whether physically, mentally, socially. Thank you. Thank all of you guys, because we've all served this country one way or another. Even if it was handing somebody a sandwich to keep the country going, working in a factory, going overseas, whatever else it is. So, but the primary people are the people who've done service overseas and fought. So for that, thank you for your services, and everybody have a great Memorial Day and Memorial Week. What do you think about irrevocable living trust for nationals? Oh yeah. Like I said, I am not the trust guru, so that's more of a Fearless Floyd question. But I stand behind that. Irrevocable, tax exempt trust. Yes. Private, non-legal name. Yes. John says, you're going to join them. Make sure you get paid and free us. So I will be able to be here. I can go there. I can supervise from this location because she's able to do whatever she wants to do with her county. So there is no requirement to be there, as it is de jure. And yes, it should be a paid. Well, I know it will be a paid position. And as far as freeing us, well, not only am I already doing this on the channel, but if there's some things that need to be overturned and they are so filed after careful review in our county, then it will be made so. So Serrano says, pull up their ISLN, which stands for International Standard Lawyer Number. They do not call it a bar number anymore. The names are changed on there too sometimes. Yeah, they know how to sneak around. They are snaky. They are the biggest snake oil salesmen there are. And yet they see us trying to move away from that and like, oh, no, that's fraud. You can't do that. No, y'all brought us in as fraud. Y'all didn't tell us what was going on. We never got a book. Nothing. Not a how-to, not an instruction manual. And then we check their lawyer numbers and those are off. We check their oaths of office and those are off. Because they don't want you to know and have their true exact spelling of their name. So what does that tell you? Same thing for us. If we can't get their true exact spelling of their first, middle, and last name, they use that to weasel out. Well, if they're going to weasel, let's weasel. We can weasel together. How about that? We can't touch you. You can't touch us. All right. But the problem is that their stuff, they can be linked to fraud by doing what they're doing, because as public officials, they are held to a different standard. So might take a little time to jump on the greasy snake and hold it down, but they're there. Do they give you back your birth certificate after the passport? Oh yeah, they gotta. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they give that back. Yes, sirree, Bob. Let's see what else we get. Hold on 1 second. All right, so 50. See if I got any videos up here. Anything good? I got some more files. Okay, yeah, that's my oath. That. All right, let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Let's see if I can find something. All right, let me just make a note here. Okay, let's see. We're gonna spin. All right. So as we were talking about the de jure county, Calafia, I'm going to publicly display the notice of going public. If I can find it. 1 second here. Okay. There we go. All right. So this is a public notice. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. If you guys want a copy or you want to check it out, it will be on Black Site 32, possibly on the free docs page or on a specific page. But if you hunt around, it'll be there. So will the information on how to get a hold of Floyd if you care to reach out to him. And all right. So before our Heavenly Father, proper notice to all men and persons worldwide. You are hereby given proper notice of the Special Declaration of Trust, originally created 10th day of September 2012. Okay. So this is back when this was originally instituted, and it is the Embassy of California de jure Assembly within Califia County, California de jure, the Supreme State of Grace, United States of America. Okay. In a private tribal land trust nation within Riverside on land patent CAAA 083204 as of 7/29/2010. Operating privately and forced to go public as of year 2023. We the people. So this is what me and Fearless Floyd and the owner of the county. And right here is the website is ca-dejureassembly.com. If you guys want to find out more information. So that is the public notice, and it will be on my website. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Those shirts must be comfy. I enjoy vector patterns. If you're talking about me, yeah, this is the daishiki. It's really actually it's really comfortable. It's kind of like a male nightie. I don't know. I've been wearing them lately. I haven't seen them in years, and since I've been wearing them, a lot more people have been getting them. So they're kind of jazzy. I like to wear and dress trendy or a little different. I don't like the I just for me. I just, if I see something I like it, whether it's cool or weird or corny, I don't care. I'll wear it if I like it. All right. All right, all right, all right. Somebody says, I hope to afford a consultation soon. You're magnificent, lucid, generous, and I learn quick and I live simply. Peace. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate you too. Thank you for that. I tell people to just go to blacksite32.com, download all of the files, get the Judge Dale files. That's lots of good information on how to get started. It gives you a little bit softer walkthrough. Get the books by David E. Robinson. Some of the codes are outdated, but there's lots of good information in there. They're going to help step you through as well. My channel and the information here is it's more for somebody who already they know what's going on to a degree and they have a good concept of it. So it's not like a good beginner course, like, let's start at the very beginning. Okay, here's business. There's a business world out there, right? So, but I have tried to make some videos on, breaking it down. So I'm going to make another one mocking off of the book called Meet Your Straw Man. And I'm going to kind of step people through the very, very beginnings of what's going on. So that's going to be kind of a baby step one. All right. But yeah, check out the videos. Go to YouTube. After you finish the resources and the blogs and the information, and you downloaded the video or the files, go back to the videos on my main YouTube. Drop down to where it says playlist, live, shorts. Keep going, and then there's going to be a magnifying glass. That magnifying glass, you can search for videos. If you click on full video list, it'll show you all the videos I have in there, all the way back from the beginning, where my channel is very, very small and very sad and very lonely. And you can start watching the videos and watch the progression of information. But yeah, so let's see what we got here. Thank you, Joyce. And yes, Jetpack is right. Once a government does public business, they lose their immunity because they're no longer operating just as a public trustee, public official, public officer, but they're operating to generate income, and they've been brought into commerce. They're supposed to be there just to govern, but they're making money. The moment they start making money and generating income, they are waiving their immunity to be treated as just a regular business. This is the stuff that they don't want you to know. Oh yeah, God, yeah. No, they don't like they don't like to be audited. They don't like they don't like an IRS audit. They don't like a forensic audit. The banks do not like a securitized audit. No, because they're doing fraud. There's so many things. They're doing business, and I guarantee everybody who's watching this video, you've been frauded by some agency. You just don't know, because everything that they're doing, they're not disclosing everything that they're doing, and that is fraud. They want to say that the birth certificate with the red CUSIP number on there, I've called these people. What is that number? Oh, it's an internal tracking number. It's an internal tracking number. Well, what is it tracking? Because there's already a number on there. And why is it in red? I don't know. Let me find out. And then some of them slip up, and they were like, oh, that's a CUSIP number. Oh, what does that do? And the lady's like, I'm not really sure. It's just something internal. I'm not really sure. Okay. Then I call the next agency. Hey, what's a CUSIP number? Oh, those are for negotiable instruments, bonds, and other things that are usually traded. Oh, so I had to call like 4 agencies to find out what the red number was, why it's in red, why it's a CUSIP, why it's on these documents. Well, okay. Well, who benefits from that QSIP, and what kind of money is on there, if anything? And these are the questions that they don't like to be asked, because they don't want us to know that there's monetary value behind every account, every account out there. Drivers, bank, Social Security, what any account makes them money. It's just a matter of how much money does it make. That's why they don't want you to delete and close any of your accounts. Sancho says home team, Riverside, California. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you then you might know what's going on. If not, you're gonna learn today. So yes, we will be. We are in the positions of taking up the opportunity of being judges in Calafia County in Riverside. So David says, isn't it credit? Well, they are generating credit. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing. And when because they won't tell us how to do it, know where to go, nor how to do anything with it, nothing whatsoever. And and to be fair, we do not know, because they won't tell us anything about it, if we even have a legal right to it by subrogation. We don't know. So that being the case, as long as they keep their mouth shut and nobody, as they say, loose lips sink ships, as long as nobody divulges the information on these negotiable instruments, these bonds that have QSIP numbers on there, then what they're hoping for is that we never claim them, because eventually they'll be, because guess what? They were the ones who created the entity with the all caps name. Our parents were the one who gave them the name in the first place to even create the account. We've been the one operating it, but we don't know our position or anybody's position, and other than they are the trustee. We know the trustee can't be the beneficiary. So, but they won't tell us how that is being played. And so at the end of the day, we pass away or we never learn how to do that, then they can capitalize on it. Which, let me tell you, that word capitalize is something interesting, because the straw man in the old Roman days, the slave name was capitalized. Why? Because if you look up the definition of capital, or to capitalize, that means to turn something into money. So that's what they were doing with slaves. They capitalized on the slave, and they capitalized the slave name. So it was a loss of your family name, your family rights, all that. You got a servant name, which is that's why they call your last name the surname. So to capitalize is to turn something into money. So even if your name has one letter initialed, they're making that's a capitalization. You're partially in the system. That's why I tell people your name in all lowercase lettering is supposed to be recognized as your de jure family name, or you can not use that name and create your own. Yes, they are using our labor as credit, and then to tax us so that they can take the money from us and pay the taxes that they owe to us. They call it income, because income is for corporations. Corporations are charged income. Yes, names of things, names of property, names of ships, names of dead entities, vessels, property are in all caps. That means they are dead and have no rights, no freedoms. So then why did they give us a state-created name with the birth certificate with our name in all capitalized lettering? Because when we're using it, we're putting on that mask, and we're masquerading around as dead entities, corporations that are generating income. that may or may not be taxable, depending on how we claim we're using it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up in probably about 5 minutes. I just wanted to jump on and say thank you guys for helping me to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're getting about 100 subscribers a day. That may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, that is a lot. That means 100 people are literally coming and finding this information, and they're like, now I see why the other people are following this guy with this information. As always, this is just entertainment and education. Do your own research. Okay. Well, so the all caps has been used here, I think, slightly before the 1950s, but not much. And yes, Jetpack, it's actually capitis demutio maxima or maximus, which is a full loss or majority loss of rights and family status. It's a slave name. It's a slave signifier or property. And caps or city, citus. What's going on, Queen Butterfly? Good to see you, Miss Lady. Looking beautiful as always. Is when the ancient Romans used to take people as slaves. And so to identify a slave, they put your name in all capitalized letters. You're your property. But cap or capitus is also reminiscent of city and citus, which means to be of a corporate state. So when they say you're a citizen, citis is to be changed into a corporation. Zen is to be made to be subdued and happy, fat and happy. So a citizen is a corporate entity who's become fat and happy in their little cage. And a U.S. means that you are of the corporation known as the United States, not the United States of America. So Queen Butterfly, thank you. Appreciate you. Congrats again, James. You're the best. Set your next goal. Yeah, so to recap, where's the cheapest place to copyright your name? Yeah, they're gonna wax you anywhere you really go. But the Department of State can do it. But I think it's what the Department of State. Let me see. Okay, so I just went on Google, and you can go to like trademark engine. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple places. The United States Patent and Trademark Office is the direct one. So yeah, you can just do a Google search. I was napping and you were literally in my dreams. Oh yeah, girl. All right, don't play. I be dream walking. Yeah. I've been putting out the sexy vibe now that I'm back to being single. You know, losing a little weight, working out a little bit, walking in your dreams, girl. Tony, what's going on? Pimpin'. Yes, thank you on the 50K. You might want to check your different books on, because capitis demutio maxima is all caps, and that is a loss, a full loss or major loss of, maybe the book you're getting it from or the online might be different than the black laws that I have, but it's all the same game. Joanna, thank you for your time as well. Appreciate you guys. And as always, Wolf family, everybody stay up, take care, stay healthy. Rosewater is laughing. Oh, probably from what I was saying. Live sounds 11 piece. Yes. So we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of your guys' time today. People can catch the live. As always, all of my lives are always going to be up on youtube.com/James C Lovett or / @the Badwolf. on YouTube. Other stuff you can catch on Black Site 32. I'm gonna be in the shop making a whole lot more videos. We got lots of goodies coming up, and I'm just now finally starting to crack some books. And so we're gonna be talking about suing in federal court. We're gonna talk about some other law books, subrogation. And for those people who don't know or you missed it, one of my things I've been working on is I had some old channels that never really did anything. And so I'm converting them into, or I've converted them into channels that will be usable. So like here, let's take a quick gander because I guess we can do that. All right. Present, screen share. All right, so here we are on the infamous Black Site 32. And now we've got a social media page all the way at the bottom here. All right, so this link will take you to my James C. Lovett Ancient Aliens, because I like to talk about aliens and technology and all that kind of stuff, UFOs, Bigfoot, crazy stuff, whatever. That's going to be on this channel. I'm going to look at the pyramids. We're going to talk about Atlantis a lot because that's one of my favorite topics. This one is about health and immortality, how to keep yourself healthy. So that's another channel. This one is the real world. I'm going to be talking about normal, everyday things that go on that I'm just like, all right, you know, in my life. So casual talk. James C. Lovett on YouTube, life coach. We're going to be talking about how to motivate yourself and how to move forward with life. The bad media kind of is a backup for the main James C. Lovett, but here we're going to be talking about stuff we see on TV, news, and media. The Elohim Council, this is for spirituality, esoteric energy. And then this one is a backup channel, and this is my recognized, though operated by a good friend, Facebook channel right here. And my official Instagram channel is right here as well. So that's, let's see, resources, creating your own plate, free government resources for money assistance, IRS EIN, my cousin Latia, who does the mobile notary services, create your own private ID link right there. What else we got? Free document page. If you guys haven't been here, check this out. Look, these are all free documents we have on here now. All right. So we got lots of them on there. Pro Shop. This links you to my fashion. So t-shirts with my wolf name and logo and things are on there. Amazon shopping. I get compensated if you guys shop through that link, if you ever just want to do that. And here's the donate page. So now if you guys want to support, whether it's one time, you know, $5, $20, you want to ask some questions, you can shoot the donation over, or you can have a monthly reoccurring. And then obviously any deals, other things I sell that, you know, I usually get compensation for through these things. And of course, the consultation. So that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys. Seriously, you guys are really like my family out here. You guys have reported some YouTube channels out there talking trash about me being a sovereign citizen, all that crap, and gotten people shut down or their channels, their videos removed. Thank you for everything you guys have done to support me. I know a lot of people were, you know, you guys have gone out to become your own Instagram promoters of this information. And you guys have shared my information on Facebook and all these places. So thank you for that. And for what I want for you guys is to learn it, use it, light your fires out there, motivate yourself, stay motivated, motivate others, but don't try to convince others. Okay. Get yours first. Do what you do. Lead by example. All right. And from there, just stay healthy, stay wise, stay woke, stay aware of what's going on. Because now that you guys have seen the code in the matrix, you cannot be reinserted. All right. So you guys are the one. All right. So thanks for watching the show. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting. I will talk to you guys later. And I promise to bring you guys more fire information and topics. And we'll go from there. So take care. Enjoy your holiday weekend, day, night, and week. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for being a part of this and making it happen.